Good evening. A Ninja Den, and I'm going to be explaining uh, the six cuts of the Ninja Mind Gate, and then we're going to do the last three of the Ninja Mind Gate. One thing to note about the Ninja Mind Gate is you have to visualize that you have a sword, okay? When you enter the Mind Gate, you use the cuts that's necessary to enter that Mind Gate. So, for example, if it's the first cut, then you would use one cut to go into the grid. And the grid is, I've never mentioned this before, but the grid is actually the mental space for your psychic energy for you to manifest it, in order for it to become a reality or materialize in the physical universe. So, just to recap the ones that we've done already, the absolute first one that you would know is, in Manchuria they call it the Chu. Okay, Chu is incredible strength in mind and body. When we talk about the mind in Japanese is Fudo Shin. Fudo is like unmovable, unshakable, and very extremely strong. So a person like where you hear the term headstrong, well, that's pretty much what the person has in their mind. They're set. Their mind is set to to ward off evil or what have you. Um, so when we go into this first cut, I'm going to say Chu is incredible strength in mind and body, and a ninja. One of the first factors of a ninja practitioner, a shinobi, must be strong, okay? Must be strong, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually and emotionally, more importantly, okay? Because the emotions can take over and can actually cause, when you're in a situation where it's life or death, it could mean your death because of your emotion was not in check, or you lost control of your emotions. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare you so that that doesn't happen. Okay, you need to, with Chu, is you take your two fingers here, these two fingers here, right? When I was mentioning before, we have Chi, which is earth, right? Then we have fire, or water. We've got Sui, it's water, and this is fire. This is Ka, okay? Ka, and then we got wind. Wind is Fu, and then we have Ku, which is void. That's space. Okay, so the first cut. Remember, you go into your mind gate. You have to cut. Okay, that's your first cut. So the first cut is like this. You put your two fire fingers up. You weave the other ones down. Okay, so you keep that up like that. Okay, so that's the way it should be. And when you're entering, okay, when you're entering, you right, close your eyes, and then you're entering. You have to use a cut to go into the Ninja Mind Gate. That's your psychic energy is being. The acumen is there for your psychic energy to become manifest. Okay, so it's not just in the physical universe, but more importantly, the spiritual. Okay, so that's the first cut. Second cut is it's called Shin. Shin is using your psychic energy and directing it, the chi, earth energy, and directing it. So we'll just recap again. You take your fingers like this, and then it's like you're crossing your fingers, but you double cross like that. You double cross them, and then you close your eyes and you direct the energy where you want to put it. Okay, so that's Shin. Okay, so the third one is called Kai. Kai is when you want to be in harmony with the universe. Your body, your mind, your spirit wants to be in harmony with the universe. You would take your chi fingers, put them together, and then take your water, because earth and water is really the big part of harmony. Okay, earth and water, because if we didn't have one or the other, we wouldn't have harmony in the universe. Okay, so we have to have one and the other, but it has to be balanced. Okay, otherwise, you know what happens if you got too much water and too much earth. It's just doesn't work. So you take these fingers like this and like that. Okay, same thing, same thing. Three cuts, three cuts. So you take your sword or whatever, and you're in there. Okay, then what you do is you focus on what you want. Okay, when you inhale, you're focusing when you want to make it manifest in the natural world or the physical world. Then you exhale. Okay. And speaking about this, I'd like to talk to Ninja Den like to say that would like to say that whenever you're in a confrontation, you must breathe properly. Okay, because say for example, if somebody hits you, okay, if you don't breathe, you stop breathing, or you hold your breath, they're actually going to they're going to knock the wind out of you. But they hit you, you go like that, right? You've actually expelled your breath already, so you are ready for the next attack or whatever, and you can breathe in order to move. Right? You breathe, you have the oxygen, you can move and get out of it, evade it. Okay. So the fourth one now we have we just had Shin, right? The fourth one is called Sha. Sha is power of premonition. Power of premonition is like this, okay? It's four cuts. So four cuts. You got to go in your mind gate and four cuts. When you're in there, power of premonition, you just focus with your third eye and you see if you have visions or any kinds of thoughts that come to you. That's your super consciousness warning you or trying to acknowledge before your physical or your consciousness does. Okay, so your super consciousness is actually even more powerful than your subconscious, because it actually goes out and it finds out what you don't know yet. But these are premonitions. It's called power of premonition, which is Sha. Okay, so that's your Hara guy, which is part of your ninja ESP, your sixth sense that you would learn over a course of months, years. Some people, it takes them a lifetime to actually know that. But others, if you take it seriously and you exercise it like anything, like a muscle, you will learn it faster, and that's the way it goes. So okay, so we're on Sha, which is like this. Then number 5 cuts. The fifth cut is Jin. Jin. Okay, Jin is just the opposite. You got to go inside. So that's Jin. Okay, Jin is knowing the thoughts of others. Okay, that it's true that when you concentrate, when you focus when you're in Jin, which is 5 cuts in. Okay, 5 cuts into your mind gate, your Kuji Kiri, you might pick up on somebody else's thoughts, and it just might happen that way. You might actually have thoughts of somebody in your head and what they're saying or what they're thinking. So this is quite amazing because you can adapt your behavior or whatever. Say it doesn't have to always be an enemy, but if it's somebody that wants to do you harm and you're in the vicinity, and for example, like you had a vision that this was going to happen, then you'd be prepared for it, right? Yeah, so it wouldn't bother you, or you would avoid the danger. Okay, so that's the fifth one. The sixth one, or the sixth one. That's the sixth one. Sorry. Um, we're going into it's called tongue. Tongue is master of time and space, and how you do that is you take your index finger and you push it down with your thumb, touching the index finger like this, and hold it there like this, right? And close your eyes, and actually this is called tongue master of time and space. So you can master time or space where you have a situation confrontation with somebody. You can master that space because you've actually gone and prepared your mind to do such a thing. So your super consciousness is way ahead of you, and you will not be caught off guard. Okay, as it is, if there's an enemy or somebody would want to take you down to the ground or want to kill you or anything, right? You can be the master of time and space. So remember, ku is void. Void is space, okay? And time is crucial in a situation where it's life and death. Time is definitely, you gotta act. And another thing I remember when I was studying with Wing Chun, uh, my sifu, he said that if you're in a confrontation, a street fight with somebody's attacked you or is attacking you, don't move. I mean, don't stay still. Just keep moving. So don't stop, is what I'm saying. Don't stop. You got to keep moving. And sometimes you can actually pull the person into a situation where you can counterattack them and take them down. And it happens very much. But if you stop, what's going to happen? You're a sitting duck, and you're kind of dead in the water because they can strike you, like they can give you a fatal strike even. So you always have to be moving. Okay, so being master of time and space, you can do that. Okay, now we're moving on to the eighth cut. The eighth cut. So remember your visionary sword in there, and you're doing your 8 cuts. So like that. So 8 cuts. 8 cuts is called hua. That's controlling elements of nature. Okay. So you can't control the weather. I'm not saying that, but the elements is your ground where you find yourself if you're attacked. It may be dark. It may be a close quarters. Um, you can control it by using this 8 cuts, okay? Because you've already prepared your mind to act accordingly. So you're just the opposite of what somebody is coming against you with, okay? And even if it's another ninja, you can say a ninja that's with evil intent to kill you or whatever, then you can actually avoid that and go the other way. You can use a ruling kata. Say, for example, if they're trying to get you with, say, for example, they're trying to get you with a water kata or something. They're using sui, water. You can use fire. Okay, so you can counteract that. So this is controlling the elements of nature, right? So the natural elements are fire, water, earth, wind, and void. Okay, so that's 5. This is why we have 5 fingers, right? Okay, so moving on to the last one. The last one is Zen. Zen or Tao in Chinese, in Manchurian is Tao. Okay, the Tao. Okay, so the Tao is actually object of enlightenment. Okay, object of enlightenment may be your being, your focus. Um, you've done your 9 cuts. You're on the very top level in your mind, and you want, say, for example, you want to do all the training of ninjutsu. You want to do all the rigorous training and stuff. And you want to be enlightened with every movement, and so that it becomes part of you as a second nature. You can use Tao. You can use Zen to get you there. Okay? But you would have to meditate. That's why Zen is at the very top level, which is they call it in Chinese the 1,000-petal lotus. Okay, so it's right on the very top of your head, the crown chakra, and it moves out. Okay, this is in parts of your, this is part of your super consciousness. So the enlightenment is there. Okay, it's we are light bearing beings. We have light inside of us, so we can enlighten ourselves by getting out of the dark, so to speak, with things. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk. That's all I'm going to talk about tonight, and I will continue on with some more training and instruction about postures next time. Okay, this is Ninja Den signing off, and I hope you understood what and learned some things here. Practice well and practice till you're perfect with the Ninja Mind Gate, the Kuji Kiri. Okay, Ninja Den signing off. Good night.